Welcome to the Node Wizard and Node Client, version 0.2.0, Update Overview video. Developed by the Cluster Wizard project team. Introduction. Node Wizard is an agent for VM lifecycle management, and Node Client is the command line utility used to remotely access Node Wizard. This video will cover all the new features introduced in version 0.2.0. Please refer to the tutorial video linked in the description for a more comprehensive demonstration of all the commands offered by Node Wizard and Node Client. Update Overview. The Node Wizard and Node Client version 0.1.0 was released on the 28th of May 2024. The latest version 0.2.0 was released on the 4th of October 2024. A key feature of this update was the addition of new security features. These include registration tokens and VNC passwords. This update also expanded support for host and guest OS variants. As we can see in the OS support table, this update added support for Red Hat 9.2, Rocky 9.2, and Ubuntu 24 as the host OS variants. Also, this version added support for Ubuntu 24 and Windows Server 2019 as the guest OS variants. Walkthrough. To test out the new features of this update, this tutorial will build a Windows Server 2019 VM on a Ubuntu 24.04 Node Wizard host with a Rocky 9.2 Node Client host. Along with this, we will explore steps to create and use a registration token and a way to securely access VMs using the randomly generated VNC password. Now we are ready to begin the walkthrough. Let's connect to the Node Wizard host. Here we will print the etc.os release file to show that Node Wizard was installed on a Ubuntu 24.04 host. Next, we will run the Node Wizard binary with the argument token. This shows us the Node Wizard registration token. Now let's switch over to the Node Client host. Here we will print the etc.os release file to show that Node Client was installed on a Rocky 9.2 host. Then we will run the register server command. This command requires the server's IP address and the registration token we obtained from the previous step. Let's use the list server command to verify that the server was registered successfully. Further, we will use the set license command to set up the license needed to access the Node Wizard server. This command needs the JSON file containing the license as an argument. Please refer to the video for version 0.1.0 for more detailed information on license setup and management. Now we are ready to create the Windows VM. Let's start by printing the JSON file needed to create the Windows VM. This shows that the resulting VM will have 4 cores, 12 GB of memory, 64 GB of storage, and a statically assigned IP address. Next, we will run the VM create command to create the Windows VM. This command needs the server's IP address, VM name, and the JSON file we viewed before as arguments. Further, let's run the VNC display command to obtain the VM's display port and the VNC password. This command needs the server's IP address and the VM name we specified in the previous step. Now let's switch over to the Virt-Manager UI to view the Windows VM. We will begin by clicking on File, then Add Connection. Next, we will select the checkbox to connect to the remote host over SSH. Now let's enter the username and hostname used to connect to the Node Wizard host. Further, we will enter the host's password. We can see that the test Win2K19 VM is in a running state. Next, we enter the VNC password and save it to the key ring for convenience. Now we will be able to look at the unattended Windows installation procedure. Please be patient as this process may take around 30 minutes to an hour to complete, depending on your system specifications. The VM will shut down once the installation is completed. Let's head back to the Node Client terminal window. Here we will run the list command. This command needs the server's IP address as an argument. The output shows that the test Win2K19 VM is in a shutoff state. Let's use the VM start command with the server's IP address and the VM name. Now let's switch back to the Virt-Manager window to view the VM's VNC display. The VM will now start services and get necessary devices ready. Please note that the VM may automatically restart during this step. Further, the installer will finalize and apply computer settings. After this, the VM will auto-log on as the user specified in the JSON file. Once logged in, you may see multiple command prompt windows. These windows are responsible for setting up networks, drivers, and installing the SSH server on the VM. This concludes the demonstration video to explore the new features provided in the Node Wizard and Node Client version 0.2.0. Thank you for watching this update overview video for version 0.2.0. Please use the QR code provided here to get to the downloads page, and send any questions to clusterwizard@corespec.com. The new version of Node Wizard and Node Client is expected to launch by the end of year 2024.